Hello guys, this is 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗘𝗦 and today we are here for the mine functionality. So at the end of this video, you're gonna get this result. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we have our tank. I added some sound effects when I'm walking. We can shoot, this is bouncing, and then destroy. So to add the chain sound effects, go to the animation, go into the walk, and here every 10 things you put a notify. You have normally just the one. You can add a line adding this, and then you right click, add notify, play sound. So first of all, we're gonna make a folder mine, create a BP actor and call it BP mine. Into this, we're gonna hide a mesh. So I got one, you can get it in the description. This is like this. Normally in mine, this is just a sphere, but we're gonna make it more interesting. Put the mine and be sure this is on 0. Normally the mesh is pointing on the good direction. So after this, let's add a capsule collision attached to the root, and here put 25 radius and 75 height. Put it on 50 on the Z, so we have this collision. If we make this is because when we drop our mine, we want that the projectile can activate it like on the game. So when I will be shooting, if I make pause, and here if we got our capsule, this is able to contact. So go back into the mine. Our mesh is a little bit too big, so let's put it into 0.5 scale. So now we have our beautiful mine. Now into the capsule, go into the collision tabs and search for overlap hole. Now click on custom, so we keep these settings, and then we are good. After this, we want that when something is overlapping, we want to know if the actor has a tag. Put a branch, put it here, and we want to know if it's a tank. So we have to add the tag to the player. So click on the root there, search for tag, and into the actor tab, it's important there, add tank. Now into BP mine, we have our detection. But if it's not a tank, we want to know too if it's a projectile. So cast to projectile master. So now here we want to call the function that's gonna make the damage system. But first we have to add some values. Here add a float and call it damage. Another one, time before explosion, current time before explosion, and a character, so search for character, and here click on object reference. Here call it player ref. So now we just make the condition. Here we're gonna make the initialize for the mine. So first we want to set the current time before explosion as the time before explosion. This is like the max life with the current life. So just set the time before explosion to like 5. After this, create a sequence. Here, into the first tab, search for a delay and put the time before explosion. Here, like do once and call the function. So we have to create the function explosion damage. Let's call it like this. Go back there and call it here. Let's do now the decreasing timer. So just get back the delay, put it 1 second, let's move it up. Here set the current time and get the current time and subtract like this. Now you can go back to delay and here make it more readable. Timer decreasing. And here timer this condition. So this gonna make the explosion damage after this. Now into the function, just make a do once. This is like a security because if it's trying to explosion damage there and explosion damage here, this is gonna be confused later. So do once and search for multi-sphere trace by channel. Get the actor location here. And for the radius, let's go for like 150. You can promote to variable and call it radius, so we can change it fast and easy. Here, go for a for each loop, and there, break the hit results. Here, we want to, when retrace, if we hit something damageable, this is gonna apply damage. So, we apply damage from the hit actor into the loop body. Here, let's get the damage value and put it into the apply damage. Let's roll it up. Now here, we're gonna spawn a system at location. I made a little VFX into here, mine, like this. This is kind of cartoon. So I'm gonna put here, we want the actor location. Put it into the location. Now, let's play a spawn sound at location. Put the get actor location too. And search for the 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗦𝗦𝗢𝗥𝗖𝗘 sound effects. This is this one. You can put another sound if you want. For me, I'm gonna keep this for the moment. And after this, just destroy actor. So now we got our function. Here now we can call our function and put it into this cast, into after the cast PP projectile and the actor as tag. But first, let's try this. Now we can see the mine is destroying goods. Let's make that the tank can't put some mine into the field. So this is projectile. Now we want a new input. So go to the game BP, inputs, IA, and duplicate the tank shoot and call it tank mine. Keep that default. Go into the IMC tank and here search for mine. Let's put spacebar. Now into the player, if I search for mine, I got the ends. So let's add values, mine count integer, and duplicate this and put it on max. Let's put the max as 2. Now let's create a function, and as the function can we shoot, we're gonna call it can we mine. Into this function, it's really simple. Let's just add return node, and here go for less, put the mine count max, put it into the return. So now here when we put can we mine, we got the result, because if my mine count is less than the mine count max, it's gonna return true. Here into the event graph there, let's get the mine counts and increment integer. After this, we want to spawn the actor from a class, split the transform, and search BP mine there. Here, let's get a mesh, so we have the 0 into the Z location. Now, we can get world location here, and now we want to put the X and the Y, so the Z is always 0, like our default ground. Now, let's go back into the BP mine. We forgot to expose on spawn our player ref, because this player ref gonna be useful, like the projectile here, to get back the mine after exploding. So here, right click, refresh node, put a reference self. Here, let's just spawn sound at location, get the actor location, and now search for mine deploy. So now, if we play, this is spawning mine. But as you can see, this is directly exploding. Before fixing this, we want to make that the mine come back. So, because if I put to mine, I can put another one back. Go to game BP, into mine, and create a blueprint interface. Let's call it BP can mine. Call it can drop mine. And now, into the tank player, go into class settings and search for mine. Get this one. Let's rename here the BPI to mine count. So we have pretty much the same name for the bullet and the mine. Now let's go back into our function, and here before the destroy actor, let's get the player ref, and if it's valid, here we want to call the can drop mine. The name is not great for me, so let's go in there and rename it updates mine count. This is gonna be better. So if the player ref is valid, update the mine count and then destroy. If it's not valid, just destroy. Like this, we are good. Now into the tank player, let's go to interface, double click into update mine count, and here just decrement the mine count integer as the bullet count. So let's comment this mine. Now I can put mine. After destroying, this is coming back. Now let's fix the instant explosion feature. So we're gonna use a gate. Here, as we can see, if I put some mine, this is doing nothing, even if I shoot there. So we want to, if it's an overlapping, if it's equal to the player ref, we want to open the gates. So we can put mine, and if we come back into it, this is exploding. As you can see, I can walk on it, come back. This is exploding good, so we are good with this feature. As you can see, if I put some mine and shooting on it, this is not exploding. Let's fix this. So go into projectile, master, and into the static mesh. Let's put custom. Here, go for carry only. Here, go for world dynamic, and put overlap into all of this. So now we can activate mine with projectile. Now we want that the mine is damageable, because we want that if a mine explodes, this is exploding the other one. So let's go back into explosion damage. As you can see, we trace channel damageable. But as you can see, the BP tank player is not damageable. So let's put as custom and turn block into damageable. Now let's just add a feature. If we got any damage, let's print this for the moment. Now we can try. If I put a mine and this is exploding, as you can see, this is not even hitting me. It's because we don't added some damage values. And now, as you can see, I'm taking 15 damage. So now, if you want that the mine is doing damage to something, we just have to add the trace channel. Now let's add another feedback to know if the mine gonna explode. As you can see, okay, the mine is there, but we want that it's flicking. I created some materials here, red and yellow. Let's go into the mine, and as you can see, the element one, so the index one of the material list is m_yellow that I just created. We want that the material is sticking with the red, like this. So to do this, we want to add a timeline. Let's put it into the start. Into the update, let's put a switch on int. We're gonna get this add 2 pin for the 0 and the 1. And into the float, just add a length 1 float track. Let's call it like color changer. And add a key to the 0 and 0. Another one to the .5 and 1. And another one to 1 and 0. So we get this. Select all the points, right click, and go for constant. This is gonna make like yellow, red, yellow, red. This is what we want. Let's truncate the float value into the int. And now just set material to the landmine. Let's duplicate the set material. Put the element index to 1. Connect all of this like this. And into the component tab here, you got your timeline, and search for set play rate. Connect this like this. This gonna set the new play rate for this timeline. So every tick, we're gonna set the play rate of the timeline. So it's gonna make the 1 second faster and faster. Let's explain myself. First, disconnect the set play rate here, And after the begin play, let's put it. So now, after this, let's just put a print string, call it loop. Let's put the duration to .2 and put it back into the play from start. It's gonna loop, 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 loop. Here, let's put a divide and put 1 into the first value. Now, get the current timer and put it here. So first, we set the current time before explosion as time before explosion, which is 5, and we divide 1 by the current time before explosion, which is 5 at this moment. So this is gonna slowing the timeline. Don't forget to put the material here. So for the 0, it's the yellow. For the 1, it's the red. Compile and save. Let's test it. And as you can see, this is doing the timeline just one time because we just set the play rate as this. This is why into 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗦𝗧 we set play rate. So let's duplicate this here and now let's try it. As you can see, this is ticking and then exploding. We want that it's going much faster. So let's just divide by 5. This is a value I just found, which is pretty good. And put it here too. Let's delete this current. Now, if we compile, this is ticking, 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 and ticking faster before exploding. So we get our results. So this is the ticking material. Here, we want to have a security. If it's valid, you loop. Let's add a spawn a sound at location and put it into the player for starts. Get the actor location and search for mine timer. Now let's play. And voila. So now we have our mine ticking and exploding after second off, or if it's colliding. Into the 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗦𝗧 game, we often think that the mine is exploding the damageable crates. Let's go into the damageable. First, into the begin play, we're gonna set the life. Add a float value and call it life. Add the life max 2. Set the life to the life max. And here, into the life max, let's compile and put it 100. Our box will be 100 life. Let's put it visible so we can set the life max. After this, search for event any damage. Here, into the branch, let's search if life is greater than 0. If it is, let's set the life, get the life, and subtract from the damage, like this. Put it into the life. Here, if it's less than 0, add another branch. You can like drag and drop the line and press B. This is gonna add a branch easier. Put it once and call the function explode. Let's create a custom event and call it explode. You can create a function we call explode. Into the explode, we want that. We destroy the actor. But first, we're gonna add a system. So let's spawn system at location. Get the one location, like this. I just added a sound location, not a system, sorry. Let's put location here. And into the static mesh, our pivots is on the 0 on Z, but we want it in the middle of the box. Let's put into the 50 on the Z and call it FX. Drag and drop the FX. Now compile, this is everything. And we have our FX location system deploying. I created another explosion like this. So into the Niagara system, go to block damageable and click like this. So now we have our explode system destroying, and if it's take damage. Here we want to, the block is damageable, so block into the damage. So now if we put a mine and shooting on it, this is applying 15 damage to the box. But we want that this is one-shotting the box. So put the mine. Here we make of mistakes. As you can see, we put a less here. Don't put a less than 0. Put a less or equal to 0. So that when our mine is applying 100 damage, this is perfect 0. This is exploding. Now, if we drop a mine, ta-da! The box is exploding. So now we are good for the mine. You can put more delay into the explosion. So let's put like 10. And now, if we just put a mine here and another here. This one is exploding when I shoot. And this one ticking and ticking before exploding. And voila. Guys, if you want to learn how to make some FX, you can use your own, but I can make some tutorial. Ask me into the comments. And voila, we added the mine system into our 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗦. Thank you for following this video. I hope it's working for you. If you have any problem, ask me into the comments. I'm gonna answer to you as fast as I can. Thank you for following me, for the support. We are now 25 subscribers. This is going pretty fast for me. I see in the comment that you are hype for this series of video, so this is really enjoying me. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are not, share to your friend this video, and I have only one thing to say. See you on the next video. Bye bye.